It's the NBA on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you all the action. And now a quick check of our starting lineups for both teams. Tip-off goes to Milwaukee. Now here's Robertson. Pass to Moncrief. Now here's Allen. From past the arc. The rebound by Gasol. Rudy Gay on the wing. Gay left side. Conley with it. Back to Gay. Shot clock at 5. Gay left side.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
It's off his foot. And the ref saying he kicked it. Kicks it out to Allen. Here's Antetokounmpo. Back to Allen. Pocket 6. Floats one up. And that's 2 points on the layup.
Now there's something for the top 10 highlight reel right there. A layup can be just as sweet and as pretty as a dunk sometimes.
Here's Conley. Gay right side. Poked away. And it's stolen by Moncrief. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Here's Antetokounmpo. Pass to Allen. Abdul-Jabbar. Clock at 4. Lets it go from the wing. And again, Ray Allen.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
Outside Conley. Robertson with the steal. Moncrief Sid with it. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. That's good for Moncrief. Moncrief hits them both. On defense, the Bucks. Here's Conley. Kicks it out to Gay. Back to Conley. Pass to Gay. Sinks the three-pointer.
That is not enough coverage. Got to do better than that defensively. Basically no coverage. I mean, defense did not look very good there.
Moncrief Sid with it. Now Allen. Just 5 to shoot. From the stripe. That is good. 6 points for him.
He's got so much junk in his trunk. He'll find a way to hurt you.
Outside Conley. Back to Gasol. Pass to Gay. Outside Conley. Caught it from 12.
You know, it wouldn't be a bad idea to put an extra body on him. Get some help when he barrels his way in close. He's such a good finisher. He needs more than one guy to defend him.
And Robertson backs down. Out to Moncrief. Back to Robertson. Pass to Allen. Defensive foul. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Shot clock at 6. And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession. Here's Robertson. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
Memphis trailing here. Now Conley. Pass to Gay. Gasol. Back to Gay. Gasol with it. Right side Gasol. 5 on the clock. And he's off on his first shot of the game. Now here is Moncrief. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
So far, so good for them at the offensive end here in the early going.
Here's Conley. Left side Gasol. Left side Gasol. Pass to Conley. Right side Conley. Lets the three fly. And again, it's Memphis with the three.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They got to get more intense.
Here's Antetokounmpo. The rebound by Gasol.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
Now here's Conley. Left side Gasol. Pass to Robertson. Here's Antetokounmpo. Fades. It's rebounded by Memphis. Abdur-Rahim. Back to Conley. And here's Gay. And again, it's Memphis with the three.
He's come out of the gate smoking from three-point range today. Barbecue chicken.
Clark, you know me. I love barbecue chicken.
I'm more of a baked chicken guy myself, but that's fine, whatever.
Clark, where'd we get this guy?
Kevin, you love anything. I've not seen anything come in front of you that's food that you haven't devoured.
Timeout called, the Bucks. Here's Antetokounmpo. Allen outside. Moncrief. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Robertson. Knocks it loose. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And the Grizzlies with possession here. They trail by 1. Now Gay. Back to Conley. A three ball. And again, it's Memphis with the three.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Abdul-Jabbar. Back to Robertson. Off his foot. And it's whistled a kick. Allen with it. And there's the rejection. And here's Conley. He's got 5. Back to Gasol. And that one's good.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on him.
Now here's Moncrief. Pass to Robertson. Back to Moncrief. Allen with it. Here's Antetokounmpo. Drills the three-pointer. And here are the Grizzlies with it. Here's Conley. Gay right side. Back to Conley. Lets it go from deep. Cannot hit. The Bucks trail. Robertson with it. Allen. Pass to Robertson. Back to Moncrief. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Antetokounmpo. No good there off the double clutch.
You know, that's a problem he has. I mean, not being able to knock down that open jumper. I think it happens far too often.
Gay left side. And no good. Trying to use the glass. And the Bucks with possession. Here's Allen. Off target with his three. Now Conley. 5 points in the game. Back to Gasol. Gay outside. There's the three. That drops. He's got 12.
I don't think they can ask much more of him than what he's done this quarter.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Pass to Moncrief. Here's Antetokounmpo. And here's Robertson. Here's Allen. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
Right side, Conley. Here's Gay. No good on the triple. Here's Antetokounmpo. Now here's Moncrief. To the middle. Abdul-Jabbar goes up and lays it nice and easy.
Man, how about the dexterity for this big guy? I mean, he is really smooth around the basket.
And the Grizzlies with possession. Outside Conley. Pass to Gay. Back to Conley. From downtown. Milwaukee with the rebound.
Boy, they're fortunate. The defense was taking a big chance leaving him that wide open behind the arc. You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Touch it fly. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. Here's Robertson. Now here's Moncrief. The shot goes down and he gets this game back to even. 6 points for him. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession.
That is not a difficult pass. You'd think they could keep it in bounds.
A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. Pass to Pressey. Here's Dandridge. Here's Dandridge. And he misses the go-ahead basket.
There was just enough defensive pressure to get him off balance and cause that shot to go awry.
Posey. And can't hit the shot, but they're saying he got hacked, so he'll head to the free throw line.
And something else everybody loves about him is his ability to do the sensational and spectacular. His dunks simply defy description at times.
And the first one drops. And so he hits both. Here's Pressey. Now Red. They set the pick. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. The defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Now here's Bibby. Back to Bibby. Posey. Good on the triple. 5 points in the game.
Of all the guys you want to leave open out on the perimeter, he is the absolute last guy on the list. Attention to detail. Know your personnel.
Pass to Pressey. From beyond the arc. And that one's good. Now, here is Bibby. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Now, Randolph. Working on Cummings. Nice shot by Randolph. Pass to Dandridge. The three. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. The Bucks on top, and we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. When you consider how the Bucks are doing, what do you guys think? Memphis trailing here. Bibby with it. Posey. That's blocked. Here's Preston. Pass to Dandridge. And here is Red. There's the pick. 6 to shoot. Here's Dandridge. On deep. Zach Randolph with the rebound. Wells. Pass to Bibby. Now Battier. They get a hand on it. Red with the steal. Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
Now here's Randolph. That's tipped. Now Red. Pass to Pressey. And here is Red. Off the pick. Red with the ball.
No breathing room at all to take that shot.
Now Bibby. And here's Bibby. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Just 5 on the clock. Another shot. And he sinks the layup. Timeout called, the Bucks. Milwaukee in the lead. Here's Pressey. Pass to Pierce. And out of bounds as the Grizzlies gain possession.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Here's a chance for them to retake the lead.
Tell you what, they've done well to stick around these last few minutes.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Outside Anthony. Can't hit. And so it's Milwaukee now. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. Pass to Pressey. Outside Pierce. That's good.
Not much the defense can do once he gets to the bucket.
It's a close game here in Memphis. Back to Williams. Battier. The kick out to Williams. Battier with it. Now, here's Battier. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
Here's Cummings. Up and in on the layup. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Anthony with it. Outside Williams. Back to Anthony. Fires from deep. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
There is no way a player like him can be left wide open like that. Did you pay attention to the scouting report?
Pass to Preston. Here is McLaughlin. Now Cummings. Shot clock at 6. A feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Outside Williams. Pass to Randolph. And it's blocked. Moves back up. And he lays it up and in.
Well, if this game comes down to the rebounding battle, they'll be the ones coming out on top.
Here is McLaughlin. Now here's Cummings. And here is Cummings. Pass to McLaughlin. Launches it. They get it again. Cummings in the post.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Memphis with the ball. They trail by 1. Pass to Battier. Back to Williams. Posey. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
These defenders are putting up very little resistance to the three-point shot.
Here's Preston. Now here's Cummings. Here is McLaughlin. Here is McLaughlin. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Back to Williams. Anthony. And it's Memphis with another.
Good ball movement. You put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
Here's Preston. McLaughlin. Pass to Cummings. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. He has 6.
He is really having a good quarter, a strong quarter, an efficient quarter, doing a lot of positive things out there.
Now here's Williams. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Anthony's shot is off.
Boy, but he was close, Kevin, to making the defense pay for lackadaisical coverage there.
Here's Preston. Pass to McLaughlin. For 3. The shot no good. Anthony with it. 5 points in the game. Now here's Williams. And here is Battier. Back to Williams. Anthony. Drills it from outside. 8 points for him. Here's Preston. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Cummings. Working on Randolph. A floater. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. That's good from Cummings. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. Memphis leading. They set the pick. Pass to Anthony. And here's Randolph. It's stolen by Cummings. Here is McLaughlin. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Here's Preston. 5 to shoot. A fader. That's good. He has 5. Timeout called, the Grizzlies.
That was a good time to call the timeout to try to settle everybody down and get back into their offensive rhythm. They've been coughing up the rock an awful lot.
Now Anthony, 8 points for him. Outside Randolph. Posey. Milwaukee with the rebound. Here's Preston. He's got 5. Pass to Pierce. Here's Preston. McLaughlin. Can't tie it up as that one's no good.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Stolen by Pierce. Here we go, one-on-one. And the jam by Terry Cummings. And here is Anthony. Back to Randolph. Left side Randolph. Out to Anthony. Fires the 3. And that one's good. He's got 11.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Here's Preston. Cummings. Pass to McLaughlin. Launches a 3. And the basket good.
You know what, guys? He can really light it up from the perimeter at times.
Now here's Williams. Now Battier. Anthony right side. Randolph backs in. Post shot. And yes, sir, that one drops. The Bucks trail. Here's Preston. He's got 5. Pass to McLaughlin. Pierce with it. Outside Pierce. Just 4 to shoot. They get it back. And the jam by Terry Cummings. And here are the Grizzlies now. Williams with the ball. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Pass to Battier. The finger roll finish at the bucket.
He had his choice of finishing moves there, and you just got to love the fact he went old school with the finger roll.
Here is McLaughlin. Here is McLaughlin. Pass to Pierce. Now here's Cummings. Lock at 6. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. 13 points in the game.
I really like the fact that he's getting the touches he needs here after not scoring a single point in that first quarter.
Back to Randolph. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Here's Preston. Pass to McLaughlin. Jacks up a 3. Count the bucket.
It took him a little while to get into the flow of this game, but now he's definitely found his stride and rhythm.
Outside Anthony. It's back to Battier. 1 second left. No good. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. It's been one outstanding game from Terry Cummings. Memphis trailing here. Rudy Gay on the wing. Gay left side. Makes it off the glass. He's got 14. Here's Moncrief. There's a screen. Here's Antetokounmpo. Wide open, couldn't capitalize.
Tell you what, he can be really frustrating as a shooter. All you can do is grimace because you just can't find the range.
Pass to Conley. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. On offense here, the Bucks. Second half rolling along now. About a minute played here. Now here's Robertson. Here's Antetokounmpo with the lead pass. Abdul-Jabbar. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. Now here's Conley. He's got 7. They set the pick. Back to Gasol. Pass to Gasol. Outside Conley. 6 on the shot clock. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. He's got 9. Here's Antetokounmpo. Now Moncrief. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Pass to Allen. And here is Robertson. Got it. Good job in the low post. Conley with it. 9 points in the game so far. Gay right side. Knocked loose. And it's stolen by Moncrief. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Here's Antetokounmpo.
Their second half has started quite well. They've been good on 3 of their first 4 attempts.
And here are the Grizzlies now. It's a 3-point game. Abdur-Rahim. Just time on the clock. And he gets it to go.
Well, it's been a great start for this offense here in the second half. 4 for 4.
Here's Antetokounmpo. He has 5. Timeout called the Bucks. Here's Allen. He's got 6. Allen left side. And 2 free throws. That free throw good from Allen. And good on the second, so he makes them both. So it's the Grizzlies now. They trail by 3. Outside Conley. Gay right side. Gay right side. Can't get it to go. Here's Antetokounmpo. 5 points in the game. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Pass to Moncrief. Ray Allen is on the wing. Shot clock at 6. Gasol with the steal. Soft touch off the glass.
Really good awareness right there on the assist.
Now here's Robertson. Here's Antetokounmpo. Here's Antetokounmpo. Back to Robertson. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Boy, the defenders have to make sure they tag it.
Back to Conley. 5 on the clock for the lead. And it's good on the way in. 11 points in the game. The Bucks trail. Now Robertson. Here's Antetokounmpo. A stupendous finish in traffic. And here is Conley. 11 points in the game. Pass to Gasol. Backing in. And it's Memphis with another. And so it's Milwaukee now. Now Robertson. Moncrief up top. Robertson with it. Offline with his three. They set the screen. Here's Gay. And again, it's Marc Gasol. He's got 6. Here's Milwaukee now. It's a 3-point game. Here's Antetokounmpo. 7 points in the game. Pass to Moncrief. Allen. A three-pointer, no good. Now here's Conley. Back to Conley. Now here's Gay. And it's stolen by Moncrief. Pass to Robertson. Back to Moncrief. Allen outside. 6 to shoot. And here's Robertson. And here's Moncrief. He has 6. Drops in the tray. He's got 9.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
Now here's Conley. Outside Conley. Into Marc Gasol. Stolen. Here's Antetokounmpo. Here's Antetokounmpo. Allen outside. And again, Milwaukee with the triple.
And something else I think of with him is that three-point shot from the corner. I mean, that's his shot. And we've certainly seen him drain a bunch of them.
Outside Conley. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. He's got 13.
He's come out here in the second half and done a nice job moving, getting good looks, and finding his range.
Here's Antetokounmpo. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful.
Brought back the finger roll. That's a nice finesse move to pull off with the defense all over him.
Now here's Gay. Pass to Gasol. Right side Gasol. From down in the low post, it goes. Milwaukee in the lead. Now here's Robertson. Sidney Moncrief on the wing. Back to Robertson. Sidney Moncrief on the wing. Lock at 6. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Grizzlies will take it.
That's a major mental mistake. I mean, there's no other way for me to describe it. He didn't know where he was on the court. That's a basic fundamental. You have to be alert to where you are.
Memphis with the ball. Bibby with it. Pass to Gay. Now here's Gasol. Tries from 10. Off the left rim and out.
That's as high percentage as it gets for him. I mean, the defense really has to be mindful of not giving him that kind of space to operate.
Here's Antetokounmpo. He's got 9. Now Red. 6 on the shot clock. Dandridge. And there are the Bucks with another bucket. Now Bibby. Pass to Gay. And he finishes nicely on the layup. He's got 16.
Boy, I tell you what, he's having one of those days where if he takes it, he makes it.
Here's Dandridge. 5 points in the game. And here's Robertson. And here is Red. And another three for Milwaukee.
They're getting a bunch of their points outside of the paint. 3 of their last 5 buckets are from three-point range.
And here's Bibby. Pass to Gasol. Back to Bibby. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
The Bucks making a switch here. Now here is Moncrief. He's got 9. Here's Antetokounmpo. Pass to Dandridge. There's the triple. That's good. 8 points for him.
Back-to-back threes for him. The defense is slacking off a little.
Now, here is Bibby. Into Marcus Gasol. Milwaukee with the rebound. Here's Dandridge. He's got 8. Moncrief, El Cid with it. Pass to Dandridge. Beyond the arc. Good. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over and over.
Here's Bibby. Abdur-Rahim. No good again that time. Here's Antetokounmpo. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Now Moncrief. The tray. And here is Red. Now here's Gay. Abdur-Rahim. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. This is his first free throw of the game. The first one falls. The Grizzlies making a switch here. Both shots good from the stripe. Here's Moncrief. The shot misses. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Bucks ahead. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth. The fourth quarter just moments away now as we welcome you back. And Milwaukee has possession. Here's Robertson. Here's Antetokounmpo. Back to Robertson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
The Bucks making a switch here. Bibby with it. Pass to Gay. Back to Bibby. Six to shoot. Now Gay. Fades back. Now here's Gay. Bullseye.
That was a beautiful fadeaway. Knocked it down with the defender right in his grill.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Gasol with the steal. Here we go, one-on-one. Now, here's Bibby. Now Gasol. Shot clock at 6. Abdur-Rahim. And it's Memphis with another. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. And here is Robertson. Here's Antetokounmpo. Here's Antetokounmpo. Now here's Robertson. The finger roll finish at the bucket.
All of the scoring in tight is coming at that end of the court.
Memphis trailing here. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Gasol with it. Back to Gay. Bibby. Shot clock at 5. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
The defense has been a little soft, allowing them some operating room inside here in the second half, and they're taking advantage of it, which is what they should do.
That one misses for Bibby. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Now here's Robertson. Pass to Moncrief. Back to Robertson. Three-pointer, and that is good. Here are the Grizzlies with the ball. They trail by 9 points. Gay outside. The jump hook. Milwaukee with the rebound. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Now Moncrief. Abdul-Jabbar. Pass to Robertson from outside the arc. And he gets the bucket. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back.
He's finding all kinds of ways to get it done. What a quarter he's having.
Here's Bibby. Gay right side. Gay right side. Now here is Bibby. Here's Antetokounmpo. And he banks in the layup.
He is pouring it on in the second half, guys. I mean, a much better showing than he had before the break.
Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Looking to end the run. Dandridge pulls it in.
Boy, they were ready for him right there. I mean, totally collapsed the defense on him.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Pass to Robertson. Abdul-Jabbar. And it's another Milwaukee shot right there going in. And here are the Grizzlies now. It's a 16-point game. And here's Bibby. Gay right side. Lays it up and banks it in. 20 points for him.
Guys, he shot a very good percentage today, and they've needed it.
Now here's Robertson. Here's Antetokounmpo. Here's Antetokounmpo. Back to Robertson. 4 on the shot clock. And it's another Milwaukee shot right there going in.
We're seeing him bring that shooting percentage up now, guys. The first half was a struggle for him.
Now, here is Bibby. Gay can't get it to go.
He's really slowed down a bit here in the second half. He hasn't converted a 3 yet after the tremendous first half he had.
Moncrief El Cid with it. Dandridge. And another 3 for Milwaukee. Now Bibby. Pass to Gay. Six to shoot. Abdur-Rahim. Dandridge pulls it in.
Well, what appeared to be an easy 2 points just never materialized.
Now here is Moncrief. Now Robertson. Backing him down. Here's Antetokounmpo. Here's Moncrief. Can't drop the tough three-pointer. Gay outside. And here's Bibby. Back to Gay. And he comes off the screen to bury the jump shot. 22 points for him.
Great job of utilizing that screen and finding space to knock down the jumper. Good basketball.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Here's Antetokounmpo. Pass to Dandridge. Misses the three. Gay outside. And shot on the way. That one goes. Count it.
He's having quite the quarter here, guys. I mean, shooting the ball extremely well.
Here's Moncrief. Guys, they've really built a nice lead here.
And I'll tell you what, I don't see any sign of them slowing down.
Here's Antetokounmpo. And the Bucks miss again. Now, here is Bibby. Now, here is Bibby. Outside Gasol. Back to Bibby. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession. And the Bucks making a change here. And that'll be Milwaukee as it goes out of bounds. Bucks retain possession. Tries to save it, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Grizzlies will take it.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
Gasol backing down, and Gasol gets it to go.
One of the reasons they're behind is because we haven't seen enough of that. He needs to become a bigger part of the offense.
Knocked away. There's the killer two-handed slam. Milwaukee with the ball. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Moncrief, El Cid with it. Robertson with it. Here's Antetokounmpo. Leads him in there. The lead pass was put in just the right spot.
You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
Timeout called. Back to Gay. From deep. Rebounded by the Bucks. Here's Antetokounmpo. All alone. Ray Allen is on the wing. Robertson. The layup off target. And here are the Grizzlies now. Trailing by 13. Gay outside. Pass to Gasol. Outside Conley. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Gay, and he hits it just before the shot clock expires. 26 points for him.
And that's 6 straight points now, guys, coming on the inside.
Allen outside. Moncrief, El Cid with it. Now Robertson. Abdul-Jabbar. Banked in off the glass.
Superb assist there. He played the role of the maestro on that one.
Here's Conley. Pass to Gay. Gasol with it. From 12 feet out. Blocked. Now Allen. Here's Antetokounmpo. Back to Robertson. Fires the three. The shot will not go. And here's Gay. Pass to Conley. Back to Gay. Gasol with it. And he uses the glass on the layup. Clark, they're in good position here to ride it out.
Yeah, they certainly are. I mean, if they just play smart right here, Kevin, this game's pretty much over.
Here's Antetokounmpo from deep. That's good. Now here's Conley. Pass to Gasol. Left side Gasol. Abdur-Rahim. 6 on the shot clock. Gay outside. Abdur-Rahim. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Here's Moncrief. Robertson. And so it's the Bucks